our valedictorian award. This award goes to the grade 12 student with the highest academic achievement as per Fraser Valley Adventist Academy and the BC provincial criteria based on the student's best 80 credits for a Dogwood diploma. The class of 2023 valedictorian will receive a certificate and a check for $750, as well as a scholarship for Burman University of $3,000. This year's valedictorian is a very driven young lady. She is hardworking and focused, striving to do her best in all she does. Her reflections are introspective and deep, which drives her to ask meaningful questions, seeking to understand. She is thoughtful and intentional about her faith and her relationship with God. She has proven herself to be a competent leader who has worked to organize community service opportunities for those in need. She hopes to serve in the medical profession and eventually with Doctors Without Borders, where she can continue to bless others with her gifts. With a grade point average of 96.5%, it is with great delight that we present the valedictorian of 2023, Soleina Hunter.
Disappeared. Lovely, thank you. Firstly, I would just like to say that I am honored to have this opportunity to speak before you, and I would not be standing up here today if it were not for the support of my mentors along the way. I would like to thank my parents for their kindness and selfless support for me through these past years. Mom, Dad, thank you for supporting me and cheering me on in all of the passions I've wished to pursue. And I know there were a lot of them, so thank you. You guys have given me all I could have asked for and more. You provided me with the chance to indulge in all of the facets of learning that I was curious about, but most of all, you have shown immense love and compassion through it all. I would also like to thank all of my teachers for your patience, your compassion, and dedication to us all. You have sacrificed great amounts of time for the result of our learning, and I am forever grateful for this. Thank you to all of the teachers at Fraser for creating a safe environment each day where learning can flourish and growth will ensue. You have taught us what we are capable of, challenged us so we could see our full potential, and believed in us when we didn't believe in ourselves. Thank you for your kindness, your guidance. Thank you for creating a community here at Fraser. We appreciate all you have done for us and all of the efforts you have put in to make us excited to learn. We owe this all to you. Now, I will try to keep the rest of this brief, but if you have had the displeasure of attending any one of my presentations at school, you will know I tend to go a bit overboard, so just bear with me here. Anyhow, just like my lengthy presentations at school, writing this speech I found it difficult to keep short. Because how can I possibly summarize 4 years worth of memories, shared moments, and connections into just a few minutes of words? And the truth is, I don't think I can. Some of us came here, or some of us have been here since elementary school. Some of us came later in middle school, or others like myself in high school. Whether it was 2 years or 12 years spent at Fraser, the time flew by faster than any of us could have imagined. Some days, I know we wished it would just go by faster so that we could just get it over with. But I also know of many other days that I wished could slow down. I know all of us wish that time would slow as we quickly threw projects together the night before the due date, or that we could just have 5 more minutes to cram before our exams. But there were other moments too, the moments when jokes filled the air and there was no room for worries or thoughts to exist between the breaths of laughter. The moments of conversation, serious and light, the moments that made us a community. The times playing foursquare and basketball outside, the tournaments, sports practices, campouts, days at the P&E, school activities and events, the list goes on and on and on. There was never a shortage of good times filled with laughter over these past 4 years. And each of these moments, whether they lasted minutes or hours, I would grip onto them with white knuckles because it seemed like time could never go slow enough. I cherished these days of careless conversation, of connection. But no matter how hard I tried to fight the clock, the hands just kept on ticking, the days still passed on by. And the harder I held on to them, the further they seemed to get away from me. I spent so much time worrying about when these moments would be over that I almost missed them while they were still here. Today, I miss you all, yet you still sit before my eyes. We still have to take our finals and finish school next week, but today we say goodbye. Today we will miss each other before we have even gone. Because as hard as I once tried, I couldn't slow time. This was the one deadline that we couldn't convince the teacher to push. We couldn't procrastinate this event. We just have to let it pass before us. Today is when we must acknowledge that these times must come to an end. Although previously I had wished that these days could last forever, I have now realized that it is their finite quality that gives them such high value. Just as sunsets would not be esteemed so highly if the sky were always orange, these past 12 years would not mean so much if we did not have to leave them behind. It has been 12 years of grueling studies, 12 years of friendships, 12 years of growth, 12 years of preparation, all for this very moment today. I am rendered speechless as I try to come up with some words that can begin to describe the great volume of change that we have been through, the wisdom we have gained, the confidence, the assurance. I see it in each and every one of us. So we have not wasted time to get to this point. No, we have utilized it to its best of its efficiency. We have filled it with memories that will last forever, life lessons that we will hold close to our hearts, and connections that we may never forget. The passing of time, I have learned, is not something to fear, but something we must rely on. We must enjoy its passage and wave as the days fall behind us and smile as we greet the days before us. I know it is difficult to not get caught up in the past and the uncertainties of our future, to not fall prey to the whirling fears that come with the velocity at which time passes. But we would not have been able to achieve all we have today without the time we put in. The time we invested in our learning, the time spent conversing with our mentors, the time spent with friends. We have done so much in such little time, so just imagine all we can achieve in our futures. We have spent these past 4 years evolving to the people that stand before you today, discovering who it is that we are. And now, in this moment, we must step into our futures and decide who it is we will become. Thank you.